Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe.
Thank you for being an awesome pledge hammer on Patreon. It's me, DeMario. Daniel Bryan, The Miz, King Corbin and Dolph Ziggler have a formulaic tag match. The New Day and Cesaro and Nakamura have a formulaic tag match. And Otis is gifted a ham. Yeah, I'm really struggling to find things that actually happened this week. I am Chopper Pete Quinnell. Bear with me today. It was the work Christmas party last night and we did karaoke. And if I say so myself, I absolutely nailed Lose Yourself by Eminem.
You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better jump up, jump up, jump up, jump up, jump up, jump up.
Hey, do Tyler Breeze next.
I've lost my voice because of that, and also, you guys could have had that, but instead you voted for Tyler Breeze. I am also incredibly hungover. But regardless, please give us a like and a subscribe, and press the eye above my head to let us know what you thought of SmackDown, where you can choose from Smacknificent, Smacktastic, Smack Bang in the Middle, Smackdowner, and a Smack in the Face. This is the 20th of December 2019 episode of Friday Night SmackDown in about 4 minutes. The show started with Daniel Bryan. Oh, thank God it's not Corbin for once. He comes out and cuts a fiery promo about how Wyatt has changed him for the better, about how he looks now, and the last time he looked like that, he was a guy that was given nothing and he had to scratch and claw for everything. He calls out Wyatt, but instead, out comes The Miz, who says that Wyatt is all his. Oh, god damn it, they just couldn't keep Corbin from opening and closing the show, could they? Out comes bloody Corbin, runs them both down, Ziggler attacks them from behind, so it's Miz and Bryan versus Corbin and Ziggler in the main event. Great. Up next, it's a Miracle on 34th Street fight, with Heavy Machinery interviewed in gorilla position beforehand. Mandy Rose comes up to Otis, says she's got him in Secret Santa, and gifts him a ham and a kiss on the cheek. This is the best moment of the whole show, and I'm not even joking. Heavy Machinery faced the Revival in this street fight with some genuinely quite harsh spots, including a big scoop slam onto some Lego. Ouch. But most importantly, the Revival took the ham and they threw it on the ground. I also did that at karaoke last night. Heavy Machinery won with the compactor in a fun match. Otis is backstage after the match apologizing to Mandy Rose because the ham was thrown on the ground. Man! Mandy says it's okay and hugs Otis, but as they pull away, her dress is now covered in Otis's sweat. It's the best love story of 2019. The Revival are still in the ring after that, cutting a promo about being great wrestlers, which they are, before they're interrupted by Elias, who again does a song that starts out funny, but very quickly just becomes offensive, saying they need to make a big change, like Caitlyn Jenner. Is the joke that she's transgender? Hilarious. That's a Vince line if ever I've heard one. Braun Strowman is backstage next, with Sami Zayn saying he's got him in Secret Santa, and all Braun wants for Christmas is you. Oh, God, no, that's like karaoke last night as well. He says he wants an Intercontinental title shot, but they say no. Well, I guess that's the end of that story. Carmella and Sonya Deville had a match next that lasted all of about a minute, but the most shocking thing was that Carmella got pyro on her entrance. Up next was the New Day versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro in a very formulaic tag match, in which Kingston won with a roll-up after a nice sequence to finish. New Day get beaten up after the bell, with Braun making the save, setting up the Shinsuke-Braun match down the line. Bayley had a rematch from last week with Dana Brooke next, which lasted about 4 or 5 minutes, which in fairness is about 3 or 4 more minutes than I expected it to go. Dana had some pretty decent offense sometimes, but Bayley won pretty convincingly once again. Lacey Evans came out afterwards to save Dana and taunt Sasha into a match with her. This match went about 4 or 5 minutes as well, and ended with a double countout when Sasha beat down Lacey in front of her daughter in the crowd. Cool. And finally, it was the main event of Daniel Bryan and The Miz teaming to take on Corbin and Ziggler. This was once again a very standard tag match, which ended with a nice spot of Bryan hitting a running knee to Corbin, diving over The Miz to hit it, who was doing the figure 4 to Ziggler, who then tapped. After the match, the Fiend lights began to cut out, and Wyatt's laugh ran throughout the arena as we got confirmation that next week it will be Bryan versus Miz versus Corbin to determine the #1 contender to the Universal Championship. I swear to God, if they swerve us and do Corbin. Overall, this show was quite boring. There was one fun match, and nothing really felt like it progressed. Miz and Bryan tagging was played up like a big deal, but we've seen them be frenemies before, and most other stories weren't really furthered, if there were any. This show Gets a SmackDowner. Has a shock Royal Rumble return been revealed? Click the video to the right to find out more, and the video below that to find out more about Ronda Rousey's WWE return being confirmed. A special thank you to our pledge hammers on Patreon, some of whom you can see scrolling below me right now. I've been Chopper P. Quinnell, and that was some incredibly hungover wrestling.